Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, welcome to another episode of VOG. And in this episode, we're gonna go over a sheriff's car today, as me and Jocko 2006 are both in the sheriff livery outfit, and he could say hi.
Hello.
So yeah, this car is from 2002, and I think we should do 3 cars rather than 2 for this year as an exception, because there was more 2002 cars than I thought. So yeah, we're just gonna do three cars this year as an exception. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. Alright, here is the 2002 Chevlon Antelope in the sheriff's car livery. It looks really nice, and the real name for this car is the 2002 Chevy Impala. You could still see these on the road today, even as undercover police cars. So, Jocko, what do you have to say?
Well, I have quite a few details to say about this car. First off is the size of the grille, considering this is usually what you see on most old cars, but the grille is actually quite small, sort of as we saw in one of the other cars that was eventually made into a police car. The fact
I would say that the grill size for this car is sort of average, because grills are normally this size today.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like this paint scheme. I like the red, I like the brown, bronze, and black, and out of gaming county, and emergency 911. And this rear is something I adore on the top of the levels. Like this rear is what I adore on all levels. Just look at it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I really like how realistic they made. I like how realistic they went with the size of the rear lights on each side. And they sort of use the technique, and they sort of use the technique of adding a coating on the outside of the what's it called, the rear. And we've seen this on most of our cars. So yeah. There's the Chevlon logo on the back, and there's the sheriff's office logo on the license plate. So Jocko, what are your final words before we start this car?
Before we start, there's really only one more detail I have to point out, and that's really the size of the muffler.
Actually, really speaking of that, let's see it. Oh, it's one of those boxy mufflers again. That's pretty neat. So yeah, guys, let's just get started with this car. Okay, that's a normal startup. Let's honk. I would say that's an average horn, well, alarm horn for the police, because literally it's used in every county in the US. Well, most, like 90% of them, because some police and sheriffs actually have ambulances and use actual air horns for the sheriffs. So that's pretty neat. I would love to see that. And another thing before we get this thing moving, I noticed that these have steely rims, which are usually considered spare tires on like most cars to this day. And yeah, I find that pretty cool. Actually, Jocko, what is that light there?
This light is what's known as a takedown light. So, like, when you pull someone over, you would pretty much... I'm no expert in police department, but I think you would use this light to, like, keep an eye and track down the license plate of the vehicle. But then again, I'm not too sure, considering I'm not an actual police officer.
And, how do you turn it on?
Jay.
I don't see it. Oh, there we go. That's neat. Alright, so the last thing we need to test before we get this thing moving is the lights. My God, this thing is beautiful. Should we turn on the sirens once we approach the highway?
Sure.
All right, let's get a move on then. Oh, and thanks for the rev, by the way. That rev was for the demonstration, and I'd like to thank you, since I forgot to do it. There's the rev, guys. If we had a lot more people during this episode, I would have definitely pulled someone over if they were like FRP driving or something. Even though this is a sheriff's car, this is like the second hand for the police department. So I guess it kind of makes sense. So, shall we get a move on?
Sure.
Wow, a solid 6.78 seconds.
To go from 0 to 60?
Yep.
280 kilometers an hour or 227 studs per second.
Yep, we have a top speed. Well, I have a top speed of 130, apparently.
Because you're going downhill.
We're gonna go to the police station today since it makes more sense.
Agreed.
Alright, everybody, here is the Chevy, the Chevy Impala 2002 sheriff car at the police station. Now let's go over some features. So, Jocko, what else do you have to say other than the features that we discussed at spawn?
Well, a cool feature I actually have to add to the table is the handles. Sort of like on vehicles of 2000s, you would have to pull up on the handle to to enter the car, as well as I know you've already said this already, but the paint scheme for this car is beautiful.
I know, right?
Yeah. And as well as the fact that, alright, so as I was saying before, a detail I actually kind of like is the fact that the hood is, where the engine is sort of flat and then it just slants up, which kind of makes it a little realistic, as well as this, I don't know what you would call this thing, but it's like this little thing on the top right behind the lights. I don't know what you
Oh, that's
call
an
it.
antenna. That's an antenna.
Oh.
In case the police need to connect radio lines to their walkie-talkies while under pursuit. I'm pretty sure what that's used for.
Alright, and one more detail before I hand it off to you is the relatively, I don't really see an opening for the trunk anywhere on this car.
Actually,
Like,
me neither. Me neither.
But that's
Oh no,
really
wait!
all
Now I see it. Now I see it. Now I see it. It's like right. It's right here where I'm jumping.
Oh, now I see it.
Yeah, now you see it. Alright, so I only have one final detail to recover. Well, two details actually. I noticed that there's a sheriff car. Well, the sheriff actual word on the hood of the car, and I find that really neat. And another thing I noticed, Jocko, you've probably never seen this, but there's a star in the sheriff word on the side, and
Yeah.
that star represents like, I'm pretty sure that's like the central symbol or icon of the sheriff community. So care for a drive back to spawn?
Sure.
All right. Well guys, that does it for the sheriff's car in the 2002 Chevy Impala or the Chevlon Apache, Avalanche, or what's it called?
Antelope.
Antelope. So anyways guys, if you enjoyed, slice that like button. No, I meant to say smash that like button. Can we at least get 10 likes on this video? It really means a lot to me. And why did I ask for 10 likes? But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, press the like button, and if you like what you saw along with the rest of the series, then you're welcome to subscribe as well. That's totally free, and you could always unsubscribe later. It's fine too. And comment on any suggestions comment on any suggestions for what car I should do next on the series, and share with your friends if they want to subscribe too. And the last thing I want you to do is to turn on notifications and set it to either personalized or all. I mean, that works as well. So yeah, that the notifications is used to so you never miss an upload that I post. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye.
See ya.